Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Am I the Asshole? If you're a fan of hearing Reddit stories, please consider giving our channel a like or subscribing to help us out. Without further ado, let's dive into our first story. Am I the asshole for refusing my girlfriend's request of peeing sitting down in our home? Recently, me, male 24, and my female 23 girlfriend moved into a new place together. Everything about living together, and the living situation has been great. Except when we got into an argument a few days ago about something which I find quite bizarre. She pulled me aside as I was getting ready for bed a few days ago and had a conversation with me, telling me that I needed to stop peeing standing up. She told me it was gross and that she didn't want to be stepping all over my waist when she went to the bathroom. Keep in mind we live in a one-bedroom, one-bathroom studio apartment. Now yes, I wholeheartedly sympathize with women who have to deal with asshole men who act like slobs in the bathroom. And I would understand. My girlfriend expect I did none of this. No urine got on the seat, floor, or anywhere near it. No smell remained in the bathroom. And I always left the lid down to flush anyway for hygiene. I told her this, but she has refused to listen out and has told me multiple times she doesn't want me peeing standing up and thinks it's gross. Now really, this is my home too. We are splitting the rent. And I think I have every right to piss standing up in my own home and think it's ridiculous. I feel like this comment should be chronicled and framed as an example of positive masculinity. Info. How does she know that you pee standing up if you don't leave any urine behind? I had a different opinion about this until I heard a guy who did a lot of time in prison talk about it. When you pee standing up and it hits the water, it kicks up a certain amount of piss mist, small droplets that bounce out. It doesn't matter how good your aim is or if you wipe the rim after or whatever. It is simply put, less hygienic than sitting down. That really matters when you are in a small concrete cell 24/7 with another adult. A small apartment like yours is more analogous to that cell than you might realize. Have your opinion and preferences, but pick your battles. Is it worth your cellie wanting to hurt you because you are stubborn? Is it worth your girl feeling gross and upset? Or should you just sit down when you're home and stand when you're away? I know which I would pick. If she's asking you, bro, it means that you're just not seeing the piss droplets you're leaving. You said no urine on the toilet or floor? But are you saying this from a visual inspection? Or are you running your hand across to feel for moisture? Because urine isn't generally neon yellow and small droplets aren't always noticeable to the naked eye. You know what is noticeable? Stepping or sitting in wet drops and knowing exactly where they came from. Every guy, no matter how good his aim, will produce flying droplets. Women notice this way more because we're not standing away from the toilet when we go. Guys don't notice the moisture droplets that are on the inside of the lid, on the seat, on the outside porcelain that touches our legs, on the floor at the very base of the toilet, unless they're big yellow drops that they can see from standing up. You're the asshole. Am I the asshole for not handing over my wedding dress to my daughter since it would need to be altered? I have a very nice wedding dress, which my own mother made for me, so I have a big attachment to it, especially since my mom passed away. I personally do not sew, never was good at it. I have 2 daughters. One of them has always loved my dress. She is going to get married next year. She asked me if she could use my dress. My daughter will not fit into the dress. It would need to upsized multiple sizes. This basically would be cutting the dress up and adding panels. It wouldn't be the same dress. I told her no, this caused a huge argument. She's pissed. I won't allow her to upsize the dress, and I am leaving it to rot. I told her my decision was final, and I don't want my dress to turn into a new dress. She thinks I am a huge jerk, not the asshole. I'm not sure why she wants your dress so badly. Wedding dresses are deeply personal, and while it's great to pass them down, it's not a requirement. I'm kind of surprised she doesn't want to find her own unique dress for her wedding and is so intent on using yours. This many times over. Why would OP's daughter make it such a huge argument? There are a million bridal dresses out there, all of them beautiful. If the dress would need to be upsized, it would not look the same. Upsizing is tricky. Bodice, armholes, extra panels. Plus, the original fabric is likely old and much more fragile, and you might not get a perfect match to new fabric. I'll vote properly, but I agree with the others about not the asshole. Why would OP's daughter make it such a huge argument? Because OP's daughter has encapsulated the idea of that dress into her fantasy of her wedding her whole life. For you and I, it's very easy to understand OP's stance rationally, but not for her daughter. Not the asshole. Going to get downvoted B here. But honestly, I don't think people get what an intensively laborious process it is to upsize or downsize a formal garment multiple sizes. It's honestly not advisable, as it will absolutely change the look of the garment, and usually not for the better. For upsizing, simply finding a good fabric match for the additional panels is near impossible, unless there are still leftovers of the original fabric at hand, and you have to basically take apart the whole thing, every seam, and remake the dress. With fabric that looks slightly off, and it will be an expensive job, for results that aren't guaranteed to be perfect. The vision the bride has in her head will very likely not match reality. And then cue the tears. Sentimentality is nice and all, but going to such extreme lengths to maintain a through line of connection and memory seems over the top. It would be much more effective and less stressful to incorporate some element of the mom's wedding outfit into the daughter's wedding outfit. Edit, oh, good lord, I just read OP's comment that the dress has a lot of beaded details. Yeah. Upsizing, that would be an absolute nightmare for any poor seamstress silly enough to take on the job. There is no way in hell that's going to go well. People really need to understand that gowns in real life don't just magically alter the way they do in Disney movies. It's amazing to me how kids erase their mom's identity. Your mom made you the dress? That's huge. Mom-to-daughter relationship, love and memory stuff. It's fair, you don't want your dress taken apart. Not the asshole. I wonder though if your daughter didn't like the allusion to her size as compared to yours. And that's where the upset came from. Well, that's another episode of Am I the Asshole in the books. I really appreciate all of you who made it this far into the video. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, it would really help the channel out a lot if you gave the video a thumbs up, subscribe, or leave a comment down below. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.